Hello friends, and welcome to today's episode. After a long day at work, a man goes to his car, where he finds a homeless guy hanging out. He had no idea that the man asking for money was the most honest person he had met in a long time. What would be your first thought if you saw a man who looked dangerous lurking around your car and taking looks in every direction? I had that happen once. I finally finished work at 9 p.m. on a Saturday and left my office building. I could only think about the warm food that was waiting for me at home when it was pouring down rain. As I got closer to where I had left my car, I could see the shape of a man in baggy clothes hanging around my car strangely in the rain. He was alone and shivering in the cold. As he walked along the white lines that marked my parking spot, he looked to his left and right every few seconds. The closer I got, the more sure I was that something was wrong. I was just a few steps away when I saw that the man was looking inside my car and the windows were only halfway down. Then it hit me. I had left my wallet on the dashboard of the car that morning, and the man looked like he was looking there. I ran over and yelled at the man, hoping he wouldn't reach in, grab the money, and run away. I was too tired to chase him, and I wouldn't have caught him anyway. "Hey, you. Why are you taking a look at my car? Back up, or I'll call the police," I yelled. "Are you the owner of this car?" asked the tired-looking guy, whose voice was muffled by the raindrops hitting the roof of my car. His breath smelled like cheap booze, which made me dislike him even more. "Yes, I am," I said with a look of contempt. "And who in the hell are you?" I asked with my voice raised and one finger ready to dial 911. The man went on to say that he was a beggar who lived on the other side of the street near the bench and asked for money every day. "This is where I live. I know every person and car here. So is yours. I've seen you park here every day and go work until late in that building over there. I've been standing by your car all day, trying to keep an eye on it for you. What a lousy lie," I said out loud. "You think I don't know who a thief is when I see one?" But when the man told me what had happened earlier that night in a cool way, I had to take back what I had said because I was embarrassed. The man was walking through the parking lot 4 hours ago when he saw that my window was down and my wallet was on the dashboard. I remember that after paying for my food at the drive-thru that morning, I did forget to roll up the window. When he saw my car, this man did something very nice. "Sir, you have one of those fancy cars." I was afraid that a group of thieves looking to make money quickly would see the hole in the window and take the wallet off the dashboard. I knew that a lot of people in that area had been through the same thing. "So I kept watch by standing around your car, and I thought you'd be out in an hour," the man said. "But when you didn't show up, a group of thugs walked up to your car, and I could hear them planning how to lower the window all the way, get in your car, and drive away with your money. I didn't want that to happen. I went up to them, caught them in the act, and scared them away by acting like I was calling 911. I hope you boys said goodbye to your moms today. Because you won't be going home for a long time," I told them, making up a story that the cops were coming. The boys ran away as fast as they could and said they would never come back. "I was waiting for you so that the car and your money would be safe, and I could go back to where I was. Be careful, sir. It's your hard-earned money, and there are plenty of vultures waiting to take it from you," the man said as he turned around to leave. I mumbled thank you, but my mind told me I should have done more. I had hurt the man's feelings, so I couldn't just let him go. "Why didn't you just steal the money?" I asked him. He turned around and almost seemed angry that I asked him that. "I beg, sir. I don't steal," he said. "Life has taught me to be better than that. Even if I had stolen it, I would have spent the money on alcohol anyway," he said, pointing to an old flask of alcohol in his pocket. I wanted to give that man a big hug because he was the first honest person I'd met in a long time. Even though I worked with some of the wealthiest people in the city, this poor man was the only one who didn't have a hidden agenda. So, much to the man's surprise, I gave him a hug. "Would you like to do work for me?" I asked because I wanted to help the man. "I have a small office right here." "Thank you very much, sir. But I've got a bad problem. Every dollar I make, I spend on more and more alcohol. It feels like a curse I can't break," the man said with tears in his eyes. "It's the only reason I've lost everything and I'm living on the street." The rain was getting worse, and the homeless man in front of me, who was very interesting, couldn't stop shaking from the cold. After giving it some thought, I asked him to come with me to the mall. "The least I can do is buy you a hot meal and something warm to wear," I told him. I stayed with him for the next hour and bought him some shirts, coats, and shoes. Then we went to a nearby restaurant and sat down while he ate soup and a burger. Some people might say that I had done what I could to repay the man's kindness. But something about him moved me and made me want to do more. Do you want to make a change in your life, Lester? At the end of a long talk at the cafe, I asked him. Believe me, I do. But after all these years and this drug that won't leave me alone, I don't think I can anymore. The man shed more tears. I wasn't willing to believe that the man couldn't change. I've had to fight many hard battles in my life, and I could tell that this man, like me all those years ago, could use a little help. So, the next day, I drove him to the best place in the city to get help for alcoholism. I paid for a whole month in advance, gave the man a big hug, wiped his tears, and wished him luck. On the way home, I felt something in my heart that I hadn't felt much of in my life. Happiness. I didn't think the man would get in touch with me again or owe me money. I didn't feel like a rescuer, just a good human being. But a month later, a young man with a good look came into my office looking for work. I almost didn't know who he was, but his kind eyes told me who he was. Lester, it's great to see you again. You look great. He gave me 1,000 hugs and thanked me 1,000 times while my staff looked on dumbfounded. They didn't know that I had a soft side. He got a job as an administrative assistant at my office, where he has been working for the past 3 years. Even though it doesn't pay much, Lester has built a life around it. He found a woman and now rents a small room right above where he used to beg for money. Every day, he learns new things and gets better. When I look at him, I'm glad I was able to help a good man make his life better. That's it for today, friends. Please let us know what you think about this story. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon for more amazing stories.